What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm John the Video Guy, and I have to say this video I'm really excited to do because I was an intern once and I knew kind of the struggles going into it, and now since I'm in a position where I'm seeing interns come in and working with me as a manager, I wanted to make this video in case you are in an internship for the first time and the top 5 things you should keep in mind if you land an internship, what to do in that internship. So with that, let's get started. Feel free to hit the like button and let's dive in with number 1, because you might be wondering why I'm wearing a suit. And it's actually because number 1 is what I learned first on my first interview is to take off the suit. So let me take this off because we don't need it in film and creative jobs. So I learned this when I was interviewing for a film position for the Cleveland Greater Film Commission, and I wanted to become a production assistant or start working on films. And the first thing they said when I showed up is take off the tie, take off the suit. So I did that because as a filmmaker and as a creative, you don't really need to wear a suit and tie. It's not that type of job. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're looking for an internship like being a doctor or a lawyer, yeah, you have to wear a suit. But if you're in a creative or tech type of environment, then suits and really dressing really fancy isn't really necessary. All right, so what's the second thing that you should keep in mind when you're in an internship? The second thing is to kind of gauge the culture of the place you have an internship with. As a company, and there's several companies out there, they all have different and unique cultures. And if this is the first time entering into the workforce, kind of getting a taste of what a real job's like, you'll want to take notice of the culture and the type of organization you want to be a part of. So a good example is where I work. Rock the House has a very unique culture. And actually, I'll share a funny story with you guys because this past week, and it's fresh in my head because this just happened, is that we had a bunch of people come into the office, do video production stuff, and we ordered food like almost every day of the week. And there's so much leftovers that by the end of the week, people were just like, here, take it home. So I took home almost 20 burritos from Chipotle that were just leftovers. And we ordered so much food throughout the week, we just had to get rid of them. So as employees, we just divided it up and took home our part. All right, so what's the moral of this story? Well, not every company does that. Every company is a little bit different and has different perks of working with different companies. And, Rock the House is very interesting where things like this always happen. There's always free food lying around. It's kind of like a work hard, play hard type of culture. Being part of a company, you kind of want to see what type of culture it is and if it's something that interests you. Because not only aside from what you actually do and the money you make, you kind of want to enjoy the culture and the people that you are around. Now, some people might not like free food or other things. They might prioritize other things. So you just kind of want to keep that in mind when you're in an internship. I'm going to put this down now. All right, so the third thing I wanted to talk about is ask questions. As an intern, you're fresh into the industry. It's time to absorb all of the knowledge that other people are actually working in the company that you're interning at. So feel free to ask questions, but you have to kind of gauge this. You don't want to be too annoying, but kind of gauge the situation you're in. You're not going to have all the answers as an intern. So the more questions you ask, the better informed you can be about your future career. The more informed you are, the better decisions you can make down the line. So just kind of gauge the situation, ask the questions that are most important to you, and make sure that you get the most out of your internship. So the fourth thing is network with others. In the short time you're there, whether it's a month, few months, maybe a year, or half a semester or whatnot, depending on the length of your internship, meet and network with other people because you never know where those connections are going to lead you. If you make great connections with someone in your internship, it might lead to more employment opportunities down the line. And the last thing is just take notes. As an intern, I remember, starting at Rock the House, and it can be very intimidating. It can be, you're in a new environment. You switch from school life to actually now working in an office or, a job site where everyone's kind of older than you and you kind of have to kind of find your way in this new environment. But feel free to take notes, kind of like what you don't like, what you do like about the workspace, and kind of go from there. You know, in film and video, there's a lot of different ways you can go. You can work for a company, you can start your own business, you can be a freelancer. And even with companies, you can be an in-house person, you could be part of a production team. You know, there's a lot of different avenues that you can go in film, video, and creative. So you just kind of have to see what you like, what you don't like, and kind of take notes during your internship opportunities and kind of go from there. So there you go, guys. That is the 5 things to keep in mind when you start interning for video or film. Now, if you want to learn more about career building, I put together a playlist. I'll link it right up here. Feel free to go check that out. Also, if you're into video editing, After Effects, Premiere Pro, I've done a lot of tutorials. Feel free to go check them out. You might learn something new. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.